Welcome, welcome back to another episode of my Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 25, where we have started year 3 as the defending World Series champions. We did get things started off in the last episode with an 8-5 victory here over Atlanta. Kind of featured a struggling day for the bullpen, but we knocked out Strider just 4 outs into the game. Got home runs from Winker, Julio, and Kyle Raleigh, so a great start for them. Bryce Miller, excellent on the mound, did not give up an earned run. Adrian Morejon, I put him in a tough spot just to kind of see what it felt like, and was unsuccessful. Gave up a base hit to Kyle Schwarber, and then followed that up with a home run to Austin Riley. But it's not a situation I would purposely put him in crucial spots, I guess. And again, when I signed Morejon, really looking for more of a guy that would give us an extra lefty, more so than looking at him as a major back-end, high-leverage bullpen piece. We're going to get through a little bit of time here. We did jump off to a 2-0 start with a 12-7 victory here over Atlanta. Gave up 3 homers, Harris, Riley, and Albies, but did again jump on their Atlanta starting pitcher, knocked around Spencer Swellenbach. Robert Stevenson there as well, gave up 4 runs, just grabbing 1 out. Randy Arozarena goes deep. Rengifo and Raleigh with doubles. Julio with a triple. Arozarena had 3 RBIs. Raleigh had 3, and Rengifo had 3. So a really good start to the season for some of these guys here at the top of the lineup. You got stolen bases from Rengifo and Raleigh, so a great day for Rengifo. Really trying to play a lot better. Kirby was not great. Brash was not great. Spire closed us out, though, really well. See if we can finish off this series with Atlanta with a sweep. We do have an opportunity here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll simulate past it. Did end up losing that game 9-4. So the the pitching has not been particularly great here. But going up against one of the better offenses, Logan Gilbert was rock solid. Salcedo and Santos were not very good, to say the least. They were both pretty dreadful. Morejon came in there at the end and looked okay. Salcedo did not get an out. That's not a great start for him. Offensively, had a 2-hit day from Rengifo and a 2-hit day for Crawford. So the guys up the middle each hitting well above 500. Rayleigh's off to a pretty rough start. Okay, we'll see. Let's hop into this series here. It's the Dodgers bottom 4th. 1 out, got the bases loaded. Alec Burleson is at the plate. Let's hop in here and see if we can do something with Burleson. Bases loaded, less than 1 out, or less than 2 outs, excuse me. So obviously the big thing you're looking for here is just to knock in a run. So far we're 28th in ERA. We are 8th in runs scored, 1st in on a base percentage, it looks like there. Here's Alec Burleson. Was good last year as a spot starter. Now is the everyday first baseman, hitting .273 coming into this at bat, and it's going to be Blake Snell. So lefty on lefty, but Burleson hits lefty solidly. Good clutch, good pitch there. Make an 0-1 count. Got a fastball by him there. 0-2 count now. Now is where Snell can really get to work. Burleson hitting all the way up at 5th today. Julio hit 6th.
Ball 1.
Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of an awkward day. Got a bunch of people kind of taken out. Need to make sure our lefty. I did fix our lefty lineup. Bases loaded. Got one. Hit that one on the ground. On a turn 2 there at second. So Burleson did the worst possible thing you can do there. And ground into a double play. Now we get another situation down 2-0 here. 2 runners on Jesse Winker. Comes up bottom of the 8th. 0-0 count, obviously. Bottom of the 8th. 1 out. 2 runners on. Blake Snell still out there.
1-0.
Now got to be getting a little bit tired here. I think we're going to try to get a stolen base here. Ended up hitting that one over. Will at least knock in a run. Good thing we sent the runner. Ends up saving us a double play ball there. Alec Bohm was a guy that we at least kind of thought about going after, or didn't really make that push. Now Tanner Scott is coming in. Looks like his first appearance in the 2027 season. Rengifo hitting .571 here in the early portion of the season. Got a chance to tie us up here. Fastball low. Currently with a 1397 OPS. That was back up the middle. It's going to be another base hit. Sending the runner, and he is going to score. And we have tied it up. Ryan Bliss sending him, saving the Winker potential double play. Ends up working out there as Rengifo is then able to knock him in. Now it's Cal Raleigh up at the plate.
Ball one.
Hitting just 200. Already got 5 RBIs, though. Hit a home run there on opening day. Now has a chance to give Seattle the lead.
Hey.
Good circle change there.
I got a ball, one
Had him out in front of it. All-Star game, MVP last year.
Ball, that's
One of the
out.
best players in all of baseball in the 2026 season. Off to a bit of a slow start. Still posting well over an 800 OPS, though, which helps. Fouls that one away. It's 2-2. Tanner Scott.
Reinfield.
Makes it a 3-2 count. Good eye here from Raleigh. We have Burleson coming up next, potentially. Full count. That ball is smoked. That one's going to get into the gap. Can Rengifo score from first? They are going to send him to try to get the lead here in the bottom of the 8th, and he scores. 3-2 lead here. Cal Raleigh. And trying to have his moment. Now Burleson a chance to grow the lead. They left Snell in too long. It's a tough call there for Burleson.
0-1.
0-1 count. Had a tough day so far.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Key situation here. Good slider. Fouls it away. 1-2 count, runner at second. Scott delivers. Another good slider, able to foul it away though. Surprised he's not really attacking the outside a little bit more here. There we go. Burleson fighting off these sliders though.
Hey.
Got the fastball by him, but Seattle does hold a 3-2 lead. That's Adrian Morahone. Did not get anybody warmed up. Munoz isn't ready. Let's see, Al Tucker, doesn't matter. Bone hits right, he's better. We'll bring in Munoz. He's not completely warmed up. Give him a chance, though. Elite closer.
Hey.
Good strike there. 0-1. Make it 0-2. Crazy how the Dodgers just continue to sign great players. Kyle Tucker in the first offseason. Alec Bohm in this pass. But Munoz gets off to a good start here. And here is Alec Bohm. Their big offseason acquisition. We did at least put him on the board, but he had very little interest in coming to play in the Northwest, despite us winning the World Series, and Bohm's going to get a base hit off of Munoz up the middle. Definitely have some players. Freddie Freeman starting to age a little bit. Still solid. Will Smith starting to age a little bit, but this is still a great Dodgers team. Slider low. Can get a double play. Great fastball there. 1-1 count. That was not a good sinker, but it works out at least momentarily. 1-2. Back to the slider here. Somehow fouls it away. I don't want to go inside with the fastball, but I don't want it to leak out.
That's inside.
2-2 now. Will Smith off to a good start this year. Fouls that one away. Sinker down and in. Fouls it off again. Not get the fastball by him. 1-0-1 there from Munoz, though. Back to the slider now. Got him to chase. Got the strikeout. There's 2 strikeouts and a hit allowed so far from Munoz. The Dodgers are down to their last out after being up 2-0 entering the bottom of the 8th. Oscar Hernandez off to a poor start to this season. Nice block, 1-0 count.
Foul ball.
Was down. 1-1. Come on, good slider here. Not a great one, but he does foul it away. 1-2 count. Fastball by him. He strikes out the side, gives up the base hit, but the Mariners with a come from behind victory there. Scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Luis Rengifo, Cal Raleigh, all coming up big there in the end. Raleigh with 2 doubles in this game, so solid. Still trying to get Julio on track. Rayleigh has been off to a dreadful start. Luis Castillo was good. Adrian Morejon was solid. Munoz with the save. Yeah, very quiet offensive day, but got the hits when we needed them. C.J. Abrams, hit a home run for them. Blake Snell was really good, but it was too little too late there at the end. So, off to a 3-1 start here now, the early portion of the season, of course. Let's see if we can get a series victory here over the Dodgers. Got a very weird schedule here with Detroit, but nonetheless. Top of the 9th, no outs. Andres Munoz up. We'll see him. He'll take care of it. Brandon Lowe out for a couple of days. We'll keep him active. We do end up losing that. They come from behind there on back against us, okay? So Munoz blows the save. Definitely a little exhausted now at this point in time. Rengifo hits a home run. He is still hitting 500. Now we got home team down by 1. We'll simulate that. End up losing that one 4-1. So we do lose this series here against the Dodgers. This one was a really good pitching, but not a lot of offense in this series. Raleigh does get an RBI. Bryce Miller, great again. Salcedo off to a poor start, though, for sure. Kyle Tucker looks like he hit a 3-run homer. Start this series against Detroit. Bottom of the 8th, we are up 1, a runner on first. Josh Naylor at the plate. Taylor Salcedo is back out there on the mound, and he has not been great in the early portion of this season. See if we can rise to the occasion and get off to a good start here on the road against Detroit. Josh Naylor, we've had some success against him here in this series. Let's get Snyder and Morejon kind of up and running. So no outs here. Bottom of the 8th. Good sinker. 0-1.
2.
Make it 0-2. Good slider there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on. Good curve there. Fouls it away. Tough one to foul away, but he does. Do so successfully. We'll go back to the sinker. Really wish he had a better fastball here. That would help a ton. Good fastball. He fouls it away. Good. He's had good location on these pitches, though. We get that one back up the middle. Rengifo can't grab it. There's 2 runners here. The bottom of the 8th reach. Seattle up 3-2. They might try to sacrifice a bunt here. Got that one low. Bliss gets a good jump on it. The runner's going to move to second and third now. Jose Miranda, your 5th hitter, almost rather him just hit. But they do move him over. Now it's Isaac Paredes at the plate. They want me to intentionally walk him. That's what we're going to do. Now we can get the matchup that we really want here. Tim Hansen comes on to pinch hit for him. Matt Beerling is not hitting lefties as well. McCormick doesn't really overly matter. Pretty similar with both of them. Spring in Adrian Morejon here. Off to a bit of a slow start here. 60 already through his first 3 outings. Big opportunity here, though.
That's a ball.
It's a tough no call. 1-0. Awful splitter. 1-1. Goes back up the middle. Crawford. Can we charge that in turn 2? Good Lord. But that one kind of played the high hop there. Ends up slowing it down. Now William Contreras, who they traded for in season 1, warming up. So the run does score. We are tied here.
1-0.
Now you're trying to avoid Detroit getting the lead.
Wood.
Really slow turn there with a good runner. That one's over to the right side, and that is going to be a lead now for Detroit. A lot of close, tight games here late. This bullpen is off to a really rocky start so far this year.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Offense is not giving us a whole lot of
1-1.
breathing room. That's another base hit up the middle. Julio's going to be able to throw him out there. He's going to try, though. Good throw. 5-3 lead for Detroit. As the Seattle bullpen just falls apart. Got to find a way to get some of these guys out. There we go. Okay. Innings over.
That's an F.
Info had to charge that one. Meadows got some good speed. Let's see if we can mount a comeback now. It's going to be Mason Miller here. Detroit, Max Kepler out in left. We're going to start things off with J.P. Crawford. Hit 364 early. He is 3 for 3 today. Mason Miller obviously throws extremely hard. Had kind of a rough 25, bounced back in a big way in 26. He is now the
No ball.
closer here for Detroit. Got traded from Oakland in season 1. 0-1 count. 0-2 count. Way late on the fastball.
2 strikes. 3.
Just threw the fastball by me. 3-pitch strikeout. Now it's Ryan Bliss playing a lot here early with that injury to Brandon Lau. Kind of slider to hit there. Pulled the string though, looking for that 101 mile an hour fastball. 0-1. Fouled that one away. Super late on it again though. Now you can go back to that slider or throw the fastball. How about a slider in the dirt? 2 strikeouts. Mason Miller looking to shut this door here emphatically. Comes down to Winker. He extend this game.
Ball.
Good take. 1-0. 829 OPS, has hit a home run, 4 RBIs, average down to 217 after having a very inconsistent postseason run.
That's
So another contract year for Winker. He was fantastic for us last year as the DH. And he is going to pop up here. That'll be the game. 2-0 count, got the fastball. Tigers get the come from behind victory. Seattle, after a really good start, 3-1 to start, they've now lost 3 in a row. Very tough stretch here to start the season, though. Some really good teams we're playing. Yeah, that bullpen struggling here in the early portion of the season. Add on the fact, I mean, Rengifo had 2 hits. Julio's hitting 192. Burleson with 2 hits. He's hitting really low. Crawford was good in that game. George Kirby, much better start this time, but Salcedo and Morejon really struggled there on the back end. So Brandon Lau is now healthy. Okay. I need to, yep, okay. I did not set the full lineup here. Rengifo needs to be playing against lefties. Crawford, yeah, okay. Just kind of moving Rayleigh down against lefties, okay. so far not adjusting well to playing in the outfield. Do get a big victory there, 9-3 over Detroit. Get home runs from Rengifo, Julio, and Brandon Lau comes back. Okay, 3 RBI day from Rengifo. He is playing like an all-star here early on in this season. Big contract year for him as well. Logan Gilbert, in what could be his last year, Seattle does get a good start there. And now it's time to scout. Let's take a look at our scouts. Is it this? There it is. So Thomason, good efficiency, good with pitchers. Collier, more the position player, efficient guy. And Hillis is probably somebody I can try to replace. I would really like to find some position players, to be honest with you. We can pretty much get almost any of these guys that we necessarily want. I think we're going to sign Fletcher Nolat here just for the improvements overall. So we can go after pitchers or position players with at least 2 of our guys. They're all pretty efficient, so I think we can live with that. As I'm looking at our prospect list, strictly for us, starting pitching is obviously a big thing. We're going to have to make a choice, I think, between Logan Gilbert and George Kirby, certainly hoping to keep one of those guys around for the long term. Gary Valencia is obviously a top-tier prospect, already off to a great start again here in AAA. I think next year I feel pretty good about him being a rotational piece if we choose to go that route. You got Emerson Hancock, who I feel pretty good about being a starter for us here pretty quickly. Eddie Matos is a guy that I think is probably 2 years away, but another guy that I do like as a pitcher for us. He was our first-round pick last year. Jim Flowers a little bit farther back in that list. Giordano is probably 2 years away. Martin Diaz still probably a year and a half away from where I would really like for him to be. But as far as guys that are prospects, if you count Emerson Hancock and you count Gary Valencia, you got 2 guys that I feel like could be rotational pieces for us next year. Hancock could be now if somebody were to get hurt. But you feel pretty good about the pitching right now. Then you got guys like Jason Farley, Eddie Matos, Jim Flowers, Giordano, and Martin Diaz, who may be a little bit farther away. But I do think, they're top 100 prospects. Everybody, our top 13 guys are all top 100 prospects. Feel pretty good about that. Position players, obviously, Adrian Ramirez is just a matter of time. He is off to a great start here at AAA. I do like John Simon. I do think he's still probably 2 years away. Really got to get either the contact or the vision discipline to go along with his power would go a long way. If he just became a guy like Kyle Schwarber, because he's not going to play the field. He's a decent speed athlete guy, but the defense is pretty terrible. Like, I do not plan on playing him in the outfield at all. So he is pretty much a bat-only guy. Cole Young, I think, is still probably next year may have a good chance. Has had his first option spent, but still got to get the bat in a good spot. Emerson has been a little slower on the uptick than what I was hoping he was going to be. Michael Arroyo, kind of another guy, really good defender, the best one that we have in the minors. He has hit at every level in the last 2 years, but really still trying to get him to come along and make sure that he's ready. Harry Ford is a guy that I think could be playing in the majors now. I'd be fine with him as our backup, but I'm wanting more production out of him. I want him to get a chance to play every day. And then to me, it drops off pretty quickly, like Montez. I think could be a 4th outfielder type, but doesn't have a lot of long-term upside, at least, unless he just really hits and surprises me. Celestine, just not a lot of high-end upside, but another guy that's a pretty solid defender, which is at least a positive. So what I'd like to do, obviously we're picking super late, but, I think starting pitchers, I think we can always piece together a bullpen. You got a couple of these starter guys that could probably do that. But, I think you're looking, something in the outfield, a third base spot. Let's just kind of look here and see what is even available. Looks like the top end has got some really good prospects up near the top. Let's just take a look at, and I'm doing this wrong, sorry. Take a look at catchers. Got a couple of guys that would maybe be in the range for us. Could be very low overall players there. Obviously, we have Cal Raleigh. We have Harry Ford. Not really overly worried about that position. We have Adrian Ramirez at first base, but I would not be completely opposed against taking a guy if I really had some confidence in their abilities. Second base, it's a pretty significant drop-off off the top guy, of course, because that's the way it goes. Got a couple of international players that could be very bad. They're a little bit farther down the board. Really would like to hit on a, back in at the first round spot. So we don't pick till pick 30, but we also have pick 33, which certainly helps. Guy like William Kelly, does he fall? Looks like he actually would be solid. Dave O'Neill, I think it's probably a guy that we need to take a look at. A third baseman, he could be really good. I think maybe adding him to the list, I think, is a pretty solid idea. Shortstops, again, you got a high-end guy here in Bartolo Carvajal, but then it drops down to Edmund Washington. What is the upside with a guy like him where the high side of his potential is 91? You're probably looking at more like an 80 potential player. And then you're very quickly getting to guys that could be very lowly rated players. Outfield, Davenport is probably going to end up kind of being out of our range there. Center field, got a decent look at center fielders here. Maybe a guy like Hendrix Solanas here. Looks like he's got a chance to be a pretty good defender, but with a lot of speed, good bat. I think that's probably another player for us to take a look at. And then right field, Bert Gillespie. Again, very similar to what we just saw. Really good arm out there in right field. Could have a good bat. I think the power is going to be a little lacking, but I think you can work around that. Let's add Bert Gillespie. Actually, I need to let's take a look at my scouts again. So Thomason is pretty much a pitcher only type. So let's change that. Position players. Nope. Golaire. Good efficiency position players. We'll use no lot here, and we'll take a look at that right fielder, Bert Gillespie. I like the bat potential overall. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of pop, but could be a decent defender maybe long term, at least with good speed and good arm strength. I think I'm okay with that. Then let's add maybe that third baseman, Dave O'Neill. Again, could be pretty much an all-bat player or a good defender without a lot of power, I guess is what I should say. Take a look at him, and then let's just find the pitchers that we want to kind of look at here to start things off. Still always trying to find more pitchers, that's for sure. So your high-end guys, you got a East, okay. I think let's do East. Actually, let's do international here to start off with. For Tomasin, we'll do that. A lot of guys there at the top, kind of at that spot, and then we can kind of go from there. I think taking a look at Gillespie and O'Neill, I think would give us a solid start. I really would like to get some kind of offensive player here with some upside at pick 30 and potentially 33. We'll just kind of see how the scouting goes. We'll go from there because I know I can find pitchers. So I think in the early portion, trying to find maybe an offensive bat after we did nothing but draft pitchers last year, I think would be good. See if we can win this series here against Detroit. We do not. We end up losing it. Brandon Lau hits another home run. Luke Raley hits one as well. Luis Castilla got beat around in this one. Thornton and Snyder just kind of in tough situations. Pitched a lot and we're okay. Yeah, definitely got some guys we got to get going, but not consistently scoring at all. It's a really important series here against LA. Let's try to simulate through here. Got an opportunity here with two guys on. Cal Raleigh at the plate. Let's see. We need to get a victory. Need to kind of off to a much slower start than usual here. Like to get things going. We'll do at least one more rotation through the scouting spot in this episode. So 212 start here for Cal Raleigh. Just the one home run, has not been 8. Hans Kraus on the mound. That's impossible to do really anything with that. Gets the call there on the slider. 0-1 count.
That's a ball.
That's low. 2 on, 1 out. Cal Raleigh with a chance to make a splash here.
Ball.
Good eye.
2-1.
Kraus is technically, he's thrown a strike because he got a call, but he has not actually found the zone yet. 2-1. Doesn't throw overly hard. Okay, sinker. Now it's a 2-2. And you got to be ready to swing. And he swings. Got the sinker in pretty much the exact same spot. Flies it out to Trout in right field. Got a pitch to drive. Just didn't hit it. Got under it. Now Brandon Lau hit a home run in each of the last 2 days. Pretty much been the only thing he's done so far. Our big off-season acquisition with a chance to do something here. And he does exactly that. A big drive out to right field. Brandon Lau with his 3rd straight game with a home run gives Seattle a 6-3 lead over Hans Kraus. 3rd homer, absolutely crushed that baseball. Got one to hit, and he did not let it go by. Luke Jackson, former Brave, now out there. Luke Raley. Not been a good start.
That's a ball.
Year 1, we almost full-blown replaced Raley with Burleson. He hit enough in the second half of year 1 to earn that spot. Had a really big year 2. Great postseason in our World Series run.
Ball.
Off to a slow start.
2-0.
He's got somebody AAA breathing down his neck and a 19-year-old phenom. Raley smokes that baseball. May have not gotten enough of it, but in fact he does. Luke Raley, his 2nd home run of the year. Gets a hold of one there from Luke Jackson. A little actually late on the swing, but makes it work in the long term. That ball was mashed. Knew it sounded good off the bat. I thought just being a little bit on the late side, it was not going to work out. It's been a big inning for Seattle.
No, that missed.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. We ended up bringing him back on a huge deal, paying him over $20 million. So far, so good. Over a 900 OPS. He was great last year, fantastic in the postseason. Trying to carry that over.
Ball.
Now got a 2-0 count. Seattle scored 6 runs in this inning. A little late on the fastball there. Arozarena doesn't get enough of it. That'll end the top of the 7th. Back to simulating, and we do end up pulling off the victory. Burleson hit a 2-run homer to end up winning the game as the bullpen again struggling here. Burleson with a huge day. Really a good day for most of the offense. Even Julio going hitless, did walk twice. Raley, Brandon Lau, Burleson all go deep. Brian Wu, solid. Brash and Spire really struggled. Salcedo and Munoz closed us out well there. Brash and Spire, I'm not overly worried about. Good to see Salcedo. Let's have a clean inning. Okay. So far, doing okay. So do get this series off with a victory. Like to get above 500 here now in this next one. Ended up being an 11-7 win. Feels good to do that. Got another situation here. Brandon Lau's hit 2 more home runs. So he has now hit 5 homers over his last 4 days. We'll simulate through it. End up being a 14-2 victory. Julio with 2 homers. I believe he's now got 4 on the year. Actually went up to the leadoff spot and crushed. Winker with a great day, including 2 doubles. And, of course, Brandon Lau hit 2 home runs. knocking in 5. He's all of a sudden hitting over 300. So really, really big offensive day. Hard to complain too much about that. Really got to get Cal Raleigh going. Bryce Miller, again, he's sensational. I'm so glad we decided to give him the extension because he would be incredibly expensive now. We're back over 500. See if we can win this game against the Mariners, and we do. So we complete this sweep there of the Mariners, 7-0. Got home runs from Burleson and Rosarena, and Riley Adams, our backup catcher. George Kirby, great. Definitely heavily considering trying to give him a big extension here. But a good day from the offense. Julio with back-to-back 3-hit days, now kind of riding right along. Cal Raleigh got the day off. And now we get a big early series here against Texas. Right now, Oakland is up in the division. This is a big one here, though. Always a big series when we take on Texas. We'll simulate through that one, end up winning that one 2-1. So got a great outing there out of Logan Gilbert, Burleson, and Brandon Lau. Our Burleson goes deep. Brandon Lau also knocks in the other run. Burleson was great. The bullpen was really good. So we've had a couple of decent outings here in a row from Salcedo, even though he did walk 2 guys. Not a lot of offense in this one. A 3-walk day from a Rosarena is always nice to see, though. We do get the victory. Let's see if we can go ahead and win this series. Top of the 8th, we're up to Salcedo on the mound. Luis Castillo with a fractured arm. He's going to be out 2 to 3 months. We'll put him on the 15-day. Not going to stop the simulation, but okay. Well, that automatically means, I don't need to see all that, that it is time to bring up Emerson Hancock. He is not off to a great start here in AAA, but I guess somebody I should have brought up was Michael Silva. I do think he would at least be a solid long reliever for us. Just talking about our pitchers of the future. J.R. Peterson was obviously not a highly thought of prospect, but I think he's a guy that could help us out. The walks definitely worry you a little bit in the pitching clutch, but I think he could be a back into the rotation guy. Let's bring up Emerson Hancock. He can now be our replacement there for Luis Castillo. That one hurts. It's a contract year for Castillo as well. So not exactly what you're looking for in that spot. Let's see if Emerson Hancock didn't pitch at all in the majors last year. As a career 4.61 ERA, he's kind of the back end of the rotation guy that you would expect. We did end up getting a 3-1 win, though, in that game. Brandon Lau with another home run. So far, so good on that signing for sure. He has been fantastic. Raleigh still off to a poor start. Not a great day offensively. Castillo was great before the injury. The bullpen did enough despite Salcedo, again, kind of pitching around trouble. There's a beat up on Cody Bradford. Let's take a look at the scouting here. So Gillespie slides and O'Neal slides. So O'Neal, you're probably looking at a mid to high 70s potential. Probably would be a mid 60s overall guy, but I think we're good. I don't think there's any reason for us to keep holding that one down. Gillespie, probably a high C, low B potential. Probably going to be low 60s. Probably, I would guess. I may be okay taking another look at him because a lot of the stats still look solid. But again, you're probably looking at maybe a low B potential bat there. Let's take a look kind of at the pitchers, see anything that we got out of that. So got some risers here. Everybody kind of looks the same. Big drop there for Carl Bake. No big risers, really and truly. Adrian Ibarra is up a little bit. Big move here for Mel Winters. We'll keep that going. Let's see if we can find another player to potentially take a look at that I think would kind of bring some excitement here to the group. I kind of just know what I think you're going to get from O'Neal. I think he'll be a guy that's going to be a solid overall starting point. I just don't think he's going to be super high upside. But we may come back to that later. Shortstop. Just not a lot of upside there in the bat. Even lower on Connors. Him and Washington just kind of seemed like a lot of what we already have in the system. Left field. I mean, I wish that I felt good about one of these guys kind of fall into us. So a guy like Ken Dempsey obviously has pretty good potential here. It looks like I would almost all but guarantee he is a C potential, but already like a 70 overall player. But you can find roles for players like that. So maybe we take a look at Ken Dempsey, center field. Hendrik Solanas could be very high potential. I think it's worth taking a look at a guy that could hopefully play another spot in the outfield. So we'll move him. Maybe he's the guy that we end up really pushing for. But I want to make sure that we figure out what we got here in Gillespie and just see if there's maybe more. But maybe it's a better player than what the potential necessarily ends up showing. So we'll get through that, and let's maybe get through another week here. We do complete the sweeps. All of a sudden, we've gotten back-to-back sweeps, 6-0. Really great pitching in this series here against the Rangers, who we have had a lot of success against. Brian Wu just continues to be magnificent. We gave him a big extension over the offseason. He is here for a long time. 4-hit day there for Julio. I've seen that average get over 300 now. Rayleigh and Raleigh are kind of the guys that are standing out there as really struggling, while Rengifo, Crawford, Burleson, and Julio are definitely leading the way. Now we get Bryce Miller on the mound. Luke Rayleigh out there. We end up losing that game 3-2, so the win streak does stop. We get Reese Olson here. Why don't we play a little player-lock game with Brandon Lau. So far, hitting 250, 339 on base, 615 slugging. He's hit 6 homers in 13 games. Already spent a little bit of time being on the shelf. Let's jump in here and do a little bit here with Brandon Lau. Again, he was a big offseason. I think we gave him a little over $18 million for each of this year and next year. Kind of helps solidify the middle of the infield with him and J.P. Crawford. Each will be here for 2 years, and kind of helps in case we can't bring back Rengifo, decide not to bring back Rengifo. Kind of gives us a little bit of a buffer in that spot. But yeah, let's hop in here. As you see, there's a lot of the storylines we got going on here. Burleson has been excellent. Brandon Lau has obviously been great. Riley Green having a great day. Reese Olson, the guy we're facing, has been good on the mound recently. George Kirby, been really good. Let's hop in here and let's get things rolling. Reese Olson, 3.06 ERA, a little over 17 innings. Come up here with still a 0-0 game. Reese Olson, good slider, looks like it's his main pitch, decent fastball. 0-0 count. Wow, got a pitch to hit there, but out in front of the circle change. Brandon Lau was a sub 300 on base guy last year. Not necessarily what I'm usually looking for, but filling in the spot for Jorge Polanco, to me, he is a better version of Polanco. Definitely a better defender. Both are more power bat second baseman.
One ball,
I think
2 strikes.
Lau's just better at that too. Hit over 30 homers last year. Obviously, he's already hit 6 this year. So a really solid chance at being a 25-plus home run guy here again. If he can keep the on-base percentage above 320, I'm
2-2
perfectly happy. Or I think I'll be very happy with his production, because I think the power is really going to be a thing for us.
3.
Good circle change there. Got us a chase there. Now we come up, and Rosarena hit a home run. Weaker with an RBI single. We're at the top of the 4th. Seattle is up 2-1. Good fastball. 0-1 count.
Yeah.
Good fastball again.
0-2.
The outside. You got to lay out those. Now Reese obviously really controlling this at bat now.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Out there. Makes it 1-2. Yep. Out in the chase.
He's out.
2 strikeouts so far for Brandon Lau today. Hurting all of his stats. All right. Now it's Nick Mears on the mound. Fastball, slider, curveball. So big velocity dips.
Ball.
Okay. Take the call there. That curveball looked like it was 100 miles an hour. Runner at first. Mariners still up 1-0 count.
2-0.
Okay. 2-0. You got to think you get a fastball, get something to hit here. He throws it pretty hard. Let's see if we can gear up for it.
Hey.
Nope. Hit me with the curve.
2-1.
Should be a 3-0 count. Got way too aggressive there. Not putting together a bunch of good swings here in this opportunity with Brandon. Behind on the fastball. Did finally throw it. It's what I was looking for the pitch before that. And I was behind that one. Okay. 0 for 3 days. See if we can maintain the lead. Still up 2-1. Runner at first again. You got Abner Uribe. Okay, he throws extremely hard. Gives away the slider. Not a good one to swing at. Okay, good eye there. I would not mind them sending Julio at first. 1-1 count.
2 balls.
2-1 count. He has been wild. Even the one I swung at was way out. He has not been close to actually being in the zone. Uribe.
3 balls. 1
Okay.
strike.
3-1. We'll take a walk. That's what it comes down to.
Hey.
Good sinker. Out in front of it.
You got a
Very
full
out in front of it. Okay. 3-2. 1 out. Julio over at first. Fouls off. It's a good slider. Very good slider. Come on. Fouls away. Sinker should have been ball 4. Throw so hard, I'm jumping right now. 3-2 again. Actually got a
He's out.
decent swing on that. Turns it to a double play, so not a very effective day there for Brandon Lau. Yelich hit a 3-run homer. We're going to end up losing this series here to Milwaukee, losing the first 2 games. We won 6 in a row before that, though. Kind of happens. Not a great day. Arozarena was solid. Lightwinker was good. Not a lot else going on this offense that is not really off to a consistent start. Had a great series against LA. A very good series against Atlanta. Was not good against the Dodgers. Inconsistent against Detroit. Not good against Texas. So far, not off to a great start here against Milwaukee. And, yeah, having a good day here. Julio with another 2-homer day. Aiden Marlowe should be fine. We end up losing that game. We were up 6-4, ended up losing this one 6-7. So who struggled in the back half? Munoz was not good. Snyder did not really help anything there. Logan Gilbert was plenty good enough to get a win there. Obviously, Julio with a 2-homer day. A lot of hits, good offensive day. Drew 5 walks, just not enough there at all. We get swept by Milwaukee after getting 2 sweeps against division opponents. Looks us a game and a half back there. We'll at least get through this Colorado series, and that'll probably be it here for this episode. So we get a big opportunity here. We're already down to 4-3. Burleson's at the plate with the bases loaded, 1 out. He's already hit a home run today. So far, we're 3rd in runs scored, but 19th in ERA. 1st in on-base percentage, 8th in homers. Giving up a bunch of homers. We're not striking anybody out. That makes it got to play good defensively, and this is not a great defensive team. Alec Burleson taking the first base spot and just grabbing the bull by the horn there.
Hey.
Oh, this. I
0-1
forgot
is the
sometimes you jump into games like that and it kind of hiccups mid-pitch. Got something to drive there, but 0-1. That'll be a double play.
He's up. Out.
Hate jumping into those bases loaded situations. Makes it tough. Got to do better than that. We'll return to simulate and see if another opportunity pops up. We do. Bases loaded this time is Brandon Lau. Just the very next inning. Brandon Lau's got a little bit better speed than Burleson. 6 homers, 14 RBIs. Trevor Rogers is now out there.
Time!
Sometimes I get them mixed up. Is that the Rogers that we had as a pitcher? I don't think so. I think we had Taylor Rogers. Where is it? Yes, that's a different one. Okay. So a little lefty on lefty, bases loaded. See what we can do. Oh, I got one to hit, and it's going to be another double play with the bases loaded. That's a good swing, good pitch to hit. Didn't work out. Same situation, 2 runners on. This time it's Luis Rengifo.
Now battle.
Rogers still out there at the bottom of the 6th. We're having all kinds of opportunities, guys. Getting all kind of men on base.
Ball 1.
Rengifo still off to a fantastic start this year. Finished last year strong.
Nope, inside.
Really
ball
good
2.
in the postseason. 2-0 count now. Good clutch, good vision. Rengifo should be
3-0.
pretty much the top guy you want up here, to be honest with you. With those contact skills. 3-0, not going to give him the green light.
Nope,
Throw a
that's
strike,
ball
he does
4.
not. Bases are going to be loaded here now for Jesse Winker. Little lefty on lefty here. Bases loaded again, 3rd straight inning. We have done nothing with those opportunities. I think you have to make Rogers throw a strike here, right?
Ball.
5th straight ball. Winker, big time clutch. Now I think if you get something to hit, I'm okay swinging.
That's ball 2.
He does not get the
2
call.
balls, no
So
strike.
2-0 count. He's got the challenge. There's nowhere to put the runner. Winker drives that one. Should score at least 2.
Got him, stepping out.
2 runners do score. Seattle takes the lead. Winker hits that one too hard that time. Now we've given up a 2-run homer in the 8th inning. Y'all are killing me. Runner at first. Burleson at the plate, ready for the top of the lineup. Luis Patino
That's a ball.
throws that one below the zone. Golly, man. Bullpen, bullpen, bullpen. That's back up the middle. Probably going to be 2.
He's
Burleson over to first. He's
He's
out.
out.
Come. Not hitting the ball overly hard. Good timing, just didn't hit it. Rengifo. Keep the inning going. He will not. Sinker chopped down.
Oh.
We'll be losing our 4th game in a row here. Give me an opportunity in the 9th. Okay. Now it'll be the 2, 3, 4 guys. Got to score a run. I'll take 2 swings, 2 home runs. Let's get a victory here. Down 6-5, bottom of the 9th. Winker had the 2 RBI double earlier. Got that one back up the middle. It's a base hit. Good piece of hitting. Now we are certainly going to place Winker. Is he still hurt? Yeah, he's still hurt. Put Bliss in here faster. Tying run at first. We haven't had a swing with Julio today. He is 2 for 3. 4th in the American League in OPS right now.
Ball, that's in.
Takes that one. Julio, the star of this franchise. Raleigh's been the better player so far. Oh, got something to hit. Oh, it sneaks through. Ends up being a base hit for Julio. Thought that he'd maybe ground into a double play there. Could not grab it at 3rd. Now the first 2 runners of the 9th reach. Ollie Adams at the plate.
All right.
Call time here. What are we working with Riley? So he's got low clutch, 39 clutch. Where is Cal Raleigh? Cal Raleigh got hurt in this game. Looks like Raleigh got hurt. Riley Adams is up. That's going to be a weak hit out the center, but it does fall. Oh no. Y'all are kidding me, man. Somehow, I guess Julio got to second base when I was considering running, and then he went, and then Bliss did not go. Okay. Comes down to this now. Now we're going to send it to the tying run is going to score here anyway on the pass ball that I swung at. Now we should have runners at second, or actually we should be up. We send Bliss and he scores, and then Julio's at third. Powell's got a chance to win the game here. Powell's away the cutter, 0-2 count now. Winkowski already blown the save. Three! I got a slider up. For some reason, just hoping that one was going to come into the swing path. I sure hope that Raleigh is not out for very long. Fouls that one away. Back up the middle. Gonna try to score the runner. And he gets thrown out, Adams. Gets thrown out at home. So we tie the game but could not win it. And they end up blowing us out there in extra innings. This bullpen is really, really struggling here. Burleson hit a home run. Hancock was not great in his first start. The bullpen, Salcedo, Snyder, Santos, these guys are, this bullpen is really, really struggling in the backside of it. Okay. That was a game we should have won, but bullpen gave it up after we were able to take a lead. Bad base running also cost us there. Cal Raleigh just out for a couple of days. Okay. I think we can make that work. We have lost 5 games in a row. Get beat 8-2 in this one. Tuglia hit 2 homers. Nolan Jones, Goodman also hit homers. Luzardo just chefed us up. Got home runs from Julio and Arozarena. Brian Wu was fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. Morajon got blasted again. Bullpen is just not looking that great, that's for sure. So, Gillespie, yeah, I mean, he's going to be very likely 78-ish potential. Probably a 60 overall player. Nothing overly exciting there. Solanas kind of holds his spot. I think I'm okay leaving that. Let's swap out Gillespie here for somebody else. Varala, I mean, that just doesn't look that exciting and enticing. Golly, these outfielders. Position groups get bad very, very quickly. He probably, like McDonald here, is probably a good defender, but he could be so horrible. Carlos Baez. Looks like he might be okay. Let's take a look at him. I think that'll do it here for this episode. We'll simulate past this game. We do finally win a game, so that's great. 5-3. So a bad week after a great week the week before. End up winning this game. Of course, we had to throw Bryce Miller out there to shut things down. Spire and Munoz hold it down there at the end. Munoz did give up a run, but does end up holding on. 12 hits. 3 hits there from Riley Adams as we're waiting on Raleigh to come back. But yeah, I mean, I think Raleigh is kind of the standout right now. We're only 11-10 after winning over 90 games in the last 2 years, including 99 last year en route to winning the World Series. But it's been a very up and down start, and I do think that a big part of that is definitely Cal Raleigh hitting just 203, He has not been great so far this year. Already seeing some regression. Not great when we just gave him a contract through the next 3 years, but I'm sure he'll be fine over the course of the year. Rengifo's been good. Winker's been solid. Zero problems at all with that. Julio has been fantastic to start off this campaign. Riley Adams, in 24 at-bats has been perfect. Brandon Lau has looked okay. The 810 OPS. You got to kind of ignore the average. Hit the 6 home runs there in like an 8-day stretch. We need to kind of get him going again, though. Luke Raley up to a tough start. Have to maybe see. Rosarena continues to hit really well. J.P. Crawford hitting very well. Burleson's hitting very well. So it's Raley and Raleigh are kind of your two big problems here at this point in the year. As we look down, Adrian Ramirez off to a bit of a slow start here in AAA. I think he'll be fine. Harry Ford is off to an even slower start, so that's not particularly great. Cole Young's just been okay. Not a lot of guys really overly standing out, at least that are from our prospect perspective down here in the minors. And then pitching wise, our rotation, Bryce Miller's been great again. George Kirby's been good. Gilbert's been fine. I'm not worried about him. Emerson Hancock, just the one start. I think the next episode I might pitch a little bit here with him, and Brian Wu, of course, has been great. So 4 of the 5 starters have been just fine. Obviously, losing Castillo for a couple of months doesn't help anything. Thor's been good in the pen. Snyder's been good. Morahone is not so far. You're still early, though. Brash has been good. Santos has struggled in very limited action. Salcedo has not been good. Let's go ahead and kind of change that around. Spire's been great. Munoz, not worried about it. He's been fantastic the last 2 years. I'm sure he'll bounce back pretty strong here. But that'll do it here with the second episode of year 3. We're at 11 and 10. The next time I see you guys, we'll hop in, probably do a full game here against the Yankees, and then mainly do just some simulating around it. But I do want to get a chance to face Max Fried. Hopefully we'll have Raleigh back to help hit a lefty. But I want to get a start here with Emerson Hancock and just see how things go. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my other work on the channel. At the time you're seeing this, as I'm recording it a little bit early, we will have started my college football 26 dynasty with Purdue. Go check that out. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed. Leave me feedback down in the comment section down below. And yeah, until next time, thanks so much for tuning in.